Game 5. The Golden State Warriors on the brink of starting fives. Trace Jackson-Davis.
For Game 6, with Steph Curry very likely one of the best clutch players in the history of the league, a chance to beat him.
Lauren Jabbar is going to have more on Stephen Curry as we continue on tonight. Arriving at our first closeout game as Buddy Hield gets up the first shot. Gobert there to clean it up. You can feel it in the building. This crowd is energized. They have not had a closeout game in this building since 2004 as Rudy Gobert opens up the scoring.
Well, that's a heck of a pass out of the blitz by Anthony Edwards, and a nice catch and finish by Rudy Gobert, who really hasn't been involved much offensively.
Jimmy Butler gives it up. Podziemski fires up a three and buries a three. And the Warriors is no coincidence that Hield and Podziemski get up the first two shots here tonight.
Not at all. They need Hield to keep it going from three, and then they need somebody else, whether it's Podziemski, Payton, Moody, somebody who shot the ball earlier. That has to be absolutely great.
Here's Anthony Edwards coming off a 30-point game in Game 4. Made 6 threes in that game. Sets up Randall, who went for a rough start in Game 1. Remember, that was after 5 days off. And they have won the last 3 to put the Warriors on the brink. And Edwards with the block. Randall taking on 2 Warriors. And lost the handle. Right to Podziemski, ill-advised from Julius Randle.
Yeah, and a great effort by Draymond Green to get on the floor.
Part of the story here with this series, they've played every other day through these first 5 games as Trace Jackson-Davis on the cleanup on the miss before Game 6. So the Curry story is an even bigger one, knowing that he's got...
It's the Sunday, which is a great benefit for the Warriors if, and a big if they can get past this Minnesota team tonight on the road.
Crowd erupting with every moment. Chris Finch talked to us about his team needing to come out with force. They have not been as good at home as he would like, as Buddy Hield gets a mid-range jump. Better execution, production to start the game to get this crowd immediately into it. Wolves finished 6th in the West. Warriors ended up with a 7 seed. Minnesota had a great run at the end of the year. They have won 13 of 16 games. And since March 1st, they really turned the corner and got themselves out of the play-in and into the playoffs. Took down the Lakers in 5, and they've got a chance to take out the Warriors in 5 with a victory tonight. Anthony Edwards finds Conley again. The lefty fires, no good. And Gobert right off of Green, who secured it. That was a nice play by Green. Jimmy Butler gets the boos every time he touches the ball. A former Minnesota, James Williams, Sean Wright are 3 officials. Justin Van Dyne is the alternate. Kane Fitzgerald and James Caters back in Secaucus at the NBA Replay Center. Julius Randle, he has had a terrific postseason stand. He has answered a lot of questions about his postseason.
Like stationary shooting. Celebrini emphasized, though, they're accelerating when they can, but not skipping any stages of healing. He said, given the nature of the injury and where we are in the timeline, though, we couldn't ask for a better scenario. Steph will be reevaluated, guys, on Saturday, and Hope City could be on the floor for Game 6. Steve Kerr's optimistic.
Thank you, Laura. Good stuff there. Good thorough report on all the things that are going into this stand. And, of course, Minnesota wants no part of that. They want to eliminate the Warriors right now. It would buy them some time off before the Western Conference Finals as McDaniels goes strong to the basket. So Stephen Curry, again, it's not something you can just deal with the pain and play through. It is a hamstring injury. Draymond Green with a nice finish.
He could be out there. And against the Warriors zone, how the Timberwolves have tried to attack this zone, screening up top on the guards. Gets Anthony Edwards the room to knock down that 3.
Podziemski, nice pass with his offhand. And Butler's going to who the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Good job. This is it. And yes, this team was going to be very tough to deal with regardless.
Credit to Tim Connolly as well, now in his third year, heading up the basketball operations with the Wolves. He was the man who built the Denver Nuggets, spent 10 years there. And
as a matter of fact,
after that made free throw by Naz Reid. Gary Payton is in, Jimmy Butler is out, and Naz Reid hits them both. Minnesota up 6 halfway through the first quarter in the first closeout opportunity of this series. Minnesota leads 3-1 in this best of 7. Podziemski gets Reid on his back, gets his own rebound, and now Buddy Hield trying to shake DiVincenzo, cannot. Podziemski open, and he hits another one, his second made finger. First minutes on the floor, and denied. It was DiVincenzo and Edwards. And now the Ant-Man wants to push. Warriors get back well. Randall with Podziemski on him, and Green lurking. Now Reid drives. Reid leaves it up top, and a throwdown. Jaden McDaniels flying high for the lob. This kid is spring-loaded right here. Jaden McDaniels, fifth-year pro out of Washington. He's only 24 years of age. He is electric and a lockdown defender. DiVincenzo cuts the lane, forces a turnover. Edwards gives it right back to McDaniels. McDaniels missed it. Kuminga with the rebound.
well, and that's a good sign right there. Kuminga didn't have a rebound in game 4.
Kuminga running the floor, known as a three-point threat. He's got some sauce in the paint as well. Kuminga goes with a left hand. That was brilliant. We asked Steve Kerr why not start Kuminga, and he said we want to buy him a little time. Started Trace Jackson Davis. Gobert, tough finish. They're playing fast. Up and down the floor they go.
Well, both teams want to push it. Game 4 was the fastest paced game of the series up to that point, and they're playing even faster tonight.
Jonathan Kuminga hits a 3. He has come off that bench blistering hot right now. Both sides of the ball.
Well, the last 3 games, he's averaged almost 24 points a game.
He's got a quick 7 in his first 4 minutes. Edwards with a flyby, gives it right back. Alexander Walker, around the horn it goes. Naz Reid resets it for a 3, no good. And Santos and Gobert. The Warriors bigs want to make Gobert feel him here tonight. DiVincenzo, he has really slumped in this playoff run. He's shooting just 23% from three-point range. He lit it up for the Knicks from beyond the arc last year. Santos drives, fires one to Butler. Ball's moving well. Unwilling to take a shot. Santos is not. And he comes up short. Naz Reid with the board.
I think Jimmy Butler needs to look to score when he got that ball in the corner. Jimmy's open the last game and then again tonight, just wanting to be a facilitator. I don't think they have enough scoring for him to do.
So far, what level are you on? How do you continue that?
You know, I just want to come out here and win. I think that's my main focus. And help our guys win the same way to helping everybody win. I think that's my focus.
Jonathan, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just 22 years of age from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Central Africa. He is a free agent at season's end as Jimmy Butler.
4 shots, but he said, and if they don't draw the second defender, he's got to score. And the Warriors back in that zone again, as they usually are, coming out of timeouts or after free throws.
That's Spencer Quentin Post on the floor for Golden State. Here's Alexander Walker, drives it, and that was Butler who forced the turnover. Pat Spencer at the controls, sets up Buddy Hield, three-pointer, no good. Butler, the offensive rebound. Butler taking on 3 Wolves, finds Post, he's a big man who can shoot. And Spencer.
To blast in this series.
Naz Reid gets Draymond Green down low, wow, threw some moves at him. Naz Reid able to lay it in. Minnesota back up 6. Alexander Walker picks up Spencer. There's DiVincenzo again. Lazy pass. Turnover. Dunk. Spencer backing down Alexander Walker. Tough finish inside. That's a matchup the Warriors want.
Well, Alexander Walker is actually a great individual defender, but Pat Spencer there just using his strength. A very, very strong guy.
And Alexander Walker, no good. Reid there, offensive rebound First offensive rebound for Minnesota and ends up throwing it away.
And that's the 6th turnover for Minnesota. They've had 21 in each of the...
Take it on Alexander Walker. Again, they target him. Find Spencer in the corner. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Julius Randle. Now the switch. Buddy Hield ends up on Randle. They clear out some space for him. Randle goes to his right hand and finishes.
He just dropped that shoulder. It was just way too strong for Buddy Hield there.
It's like a battering ram. Knocked Buddy Hield right out of the play. Again, they attack Alexander Walker and score.
He hears the criticism, but doesn't let that affect him. He's been playing very smart, beautiful basketball.
24 and 6 since he came back in March. He's been the key to them getting things turned around as Alexander Walker hits a little runner in the paint.
Julius Randle scoring is up 6 points on average from his time with the Knicks. This is his 10th playoff game with Minnesota. Had 15 playoff games as a Knick. Buddy Hield drives and is fouled by DiVincenzo. And chooses chill every hour of the...
Exactly right.
Got your deli order in today. Everything's right in the world.
No question. That sandwich waiting for me after the game tonight.
No T-bones for Stan Van. Three-pointer, no good. There's Green with the rebound. Buddy Hield pushing it here and turns it over.
That's already Buddy Hield's 3rd turnover of the night. The Warriors 7th.
Wolves get it right back. Alexander Walker is pretty clean. It's turned a little bit.
Well, here's the thing, though. Minnesota, because they've got 2 stars healthy, they've got a look.
7-point game, Minnesota in front, trying to put the Warriors away and advance to their 2nd consecutive Western Conference Finals. Podziemski takes a peek, 2 to shoot, got a foul. Podziemski that he got from a Gobert and Michelle Beadle. It's on FanDuel TV and it's free on all your favorite device tickets. Naz Reid with Hield on him. Extra pass over to Randle. And a bouncing rebound to Mike Conley. Randle tees another one up. Short. Kuminga thought about it. And now he draws a double team. Jimmy Butler rises up. Hits a nice mid-range jumper.
The Warriors have a lot better chance to win this game.
Coach, he played 34 minutes in game 4, just 14 points. He looked like he was a bit out of it. As Anthony Edwards cashes in a 3. After the game in game 4, it was revealed that Butler was playing with a pretty bad illness. They were surprised he was able to play as much as he did. Podziemski's first miss, but Naz Reid puts it in. He was trying to push that rebound to a teammate, and it goes in, and I think they'll probably have to give that to Green. Draymond Green scored with a basket. Easiest basket he's ever had.
Yeah, one he didn't have to do anything to get.
McDaniels turns the corner. Kuminga's right there. And McDaniels up and over. No good.
Well, Kuminga's a pretty good individual defender. His problems have come off the ball on health, rotation, things like that.
Podziemski passed up a couple of 3 opportunities. And now Kuminga going one-on-one with Randle. Elevates and misses. He was in rhythm, though. And Hield puts Edwards' pocket. Buddy Hield on the breakaway to that seat.
Yeah, you got to love it. 17 years overseas. Then he's a G League head coach, a longtime NBA assistant. And now everyone is seeing his work with the Wolves, that he's one of the best and certainly most adaptable coaches in the NBA.
From Franklin and Marshall College, as an assistant with Kevin McHale, among others. And still very close with Kevin McHale as Looney gets the offensive rebound, and Kuminga.
Wow, we had a great finish at one end by Julius Randle, and that explosive by Kuminga on that one.
Conley turns the corner, Podziemski on his back. That little floater is good. Year number 18 for Mike Conley at 37 years of age. Now in his third year in Minnesota.
It's only his third made 2 of the series. He's 3 for 13. He's had trouble finishing in there.
Butler left open, misses a 3, and run down by Edwards. Minnesota's lead is 5. Warriors have hardly led. Their only lead was by 1 early. Here goes McDaniels. Taking on Santos. No good. Santos, a big body Steve Kerr is thrown into the rotation tonight.
Yeah, he's getting significant minutes here. But look, 13 guys on this roster have gotten meaningful minutes in this playoff run for the Warriors.
Majemski misses a mid-range jumper.
Than what they have been, even though they've gotten away with some wins.
Majemski with that little floater with the left hand. Minnesota 5 turnovers this quarter, and the Warriors add 2 more points. 3-point game. Edwards probing. And now Randall finds Conley. Edwards open for 3. No, gives it up. Butler closed. And Conley hits another one right at the end of this.
Good defensive possession by the Warriors, but Conley makes a big one.
Second made 3 for Mike Conley. Butler, the mismatch with Conley, gives it up. Majemski for 3. And Majemski missed it. Edwards out of the pack. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Edwards drives on Kuminga. Conley set up again. He's feeling it right now. Mike Conley!
Aren't staying in front. We have to think about that. Keep the ball, keep the man in front of us. I said, Steve, what's your message to the team at half?
I mean, Steve Kerr talks about staying in front of the ball, and right off the bat, Buddy Hield just gambles. He got the foul. If he hadn't fouled, it would have been Anthony Edwards to the rim.
Randall, that extra pass in the corner to McDaniels. And it's Majemski with a rebound. Here comes Hield now. Hield, Majemski, Butler, Green, and Jackson Davis. Same 5 on the floor that started the game tonight. This has been the starting lineup for Golden State for the last 3 games. Stephen Curry injured in game 1, hamstring injury. And the Wolves have not lost since. Majemski running the
plan. They're going to be very aggressive. Not only do they blitz Anthony Edwards, they blitzed Mike Conley on the last one and force him into their 11th turnover. They've got to be able to get their defense going and score off of it.
Steve Finch had a similar message. This is an opportunity for Minnesota to wrap up a series in 5 games and not even give the Warriors a chance to get Curry back on the floors. But Majemski hits his 3rd. He coming off just 11 points on 0 for 4 shooting from 3-point range in game 4. Conley's had the hot hand, and he stays that way.
Conley just able to flare back and knock it down. His 4th 3 of the game.
Unexpected offense from Mike Conley.
That's what the Warriors are going to need, is some unexpected offense.
Butler, series of fakes, takes a tough shot, missed it. Gobert clears the rebound. Up ahead, Randall. Randall's been running the floor. Ball's moving now. Edwards steps into a 3. Cash! And those first 5 minutes not going as planned for Steve Kerr. Majemski.
Back to him for the 3.
10 made 3s for Minnesota. Is that in 16 minutes? Draymond Green up top for Butler. Well-executed play. That
defensively breakdown in communication on how they wanted to handle that flex screen.
Wolves took out the Lakers in 5.
They almost need the Timberwolves to shoot themselves in the foot and turn the ball over. And right now, the Timberwolves seem willing to oblige.
Buddy Hield, no good. Gobert knocks it there for 16 3-point tries. Butler gives it right back. Minnesota closing well. Shot clock down to 1. Buddy Hield gets around Randall, did hit the rim. And Gobert secures at a foul. Leading by 16 points in this closeout game. Edwards loose with the ball, but secures it. Different from one half to another, and he's off to a good start.
Yeah, over
here in half number 2.
points a game different between the first half and the second half as the Warriors come out and turn it over. Oh,
I think they're saying a deflection by McDaniels.
okay.
And now Green for three, and no good. Gobert clears it away. Those are those numbers you're talking about, Coach.
Listen, almost 20 points a game in the second half, though, on 64% shooting. And he's one away from his playoff career high of 9 assists, but that's also his 4th turnover of the night.
Kuminga, and it's knocked out of his hands by Conley.
13 turnovers from Minnesota.
Pull him out for game 6. Jimmy Butler hits them both.
Well, the first thing you've got to do if you're the Warriors now is you're going to have to string together some stops. Minnesota, pretty simple. Take care of the ball. It's going to be hard for this Warriors team to come back.
Came back healthy from that adductor injury. They've been a different team. Nice move by DiVincenzo. Wow. Looking to pass. He ended up scoring.
Great footwork in the paint. That's something comes from Villanova. Something that Jay Wright worked on very hard with his guys.
Literally every day.
And Karl Anthony Towns, you don't see that often, but Dante DiVincenzo's right. That was a win-win trade.
Podziemski's got 16. He's buried 3 threes, having his best game of the series. Where is the scoring going to come from outside of Butler? That's a major question for Golden State. Minnesota up 15. That was their halftime lead. And now Edwards looking for Gobert. Gobert, mismatch inside, missed it. Randall's got an offensive board. Randall just keeping the ball here. Randall, the quarter for Minnesota. Here's Butler. Gives it up. And a mid-range jump shot. Almost an air ball. Just grazed the rim. They didn't reset the shot clock. They should have. Podziemski lets it fly. And hits another one. It works. Undeterred. Knocks down his 4th three-pointer. He's got 10 in the quarter stand.
Yeah, they've got it back to 12. They're not going away.
DiVincenzo gets by Podziemski. Podziemski goes right back at Randall. Shot fake. Kuminga, three-pointer flies. Offensive rebound healed. And McDaniels with those long arms, able to get the deflection. 3 points. He made 9 three-pointers in that game, tied a playoff record with Dante DiVincenzo. And then Hield backed it up with 24 points in game 1 of this series and made 5 threes. Gobert gets it inside. No contest.
Even though he was here by the time it happened, he's the one who put that roster together. And then he came right here and has them now go ready, right on the precipice of going to the conference finals for the 2nd straight year as Anthony Edwards ties his career play assists.
18-point Minnesota lead. 4.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Minnesota just too tough right now. Podziemski's been most of the offense. Santos secures that air ball. And in the corner, that is Kuminga. No good. Gobert with a rebound. Here comes DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo had his pocket picked by Gary Payton II. And we got a whistle. Pep talkish then.
No. That one, no.
No.
He was very, very upset on the
Quarter.
Oh, yeah, he's been fantastic all night, but that play wasn't good, wasn't well executed.
Spencer up there for the rebound. Another chance here for the Warriors. And Kuminga hits a 3.
18 second chance points to 0 second chance points for Minnesota, but the way the Warriors have limited second chance points, Minnesota scored on all their first chances.
It's one of those good news, bad news stats. Edwards. Randall offensive board put back.
Well, that's 2 second chance points.
Just wanted to clean up the stat sheet for you, Stan.
Absolutely.
Kuminga left wide open. Comes up short. Randall with the rebound. Approaching the 3-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. Wolves trying to put the Warriors away in 5. First elimination game of this series. Here goes Edwards. Step through. Edwards, good. He's in game 2 in total control. He's missed his fair share of layups, most of those coming in the first halves of games. He's had back-to-back 30-point games as Kuminga explodes to the basket. Hit some key three-pointers. Open up this quarter with Minnesota up 21 as Quentin Post
Executed too. Steve Kerr and his bench like that one. They haven't always loved their execution tonight coming out of timeouts. There they got exactly what they wanted.
Kerr giving Moses Moody and Quentin Post some run to start this fourth quarter. See if he can catch a flame here. And here's Conley again. Missed it. Post with a rebound. I was kind of hoping he'd make that just for Lauren's sake, you know.
I mean, the players need to understand it.
Don't want to have her wearing a jinx. She would never do that. Moses Moody drives, cut off, and a little turnaround. No, but Guy Santos is there.
He averaged 11 points in his first 6 playoff games. He's averaged 1 in the last 5 coming into tonight, and he's now 1 for 18 from the floor in this series.
Inside, Naz Reid. Post is there defending, and Reid able to score that. Quentin Post at 7 feet presents some size, but Naz Reid able to score.
That's just great patience and footwork.
Post again, open for 3. Ooh, missed it badly. Rattles that backboard. Here comes McDaniels. McDaniels spring-loaded. And Pajemski trying to take a charge. McDaniels turns it over. Pajemski. And now Guy Santos. They're getting some looks. They just can't make the three-pointers.
And they're making great effort.
As Randall goes in and scores. And Minnesota with a 20-point lead. Moses Moody got it.
Wow.
It's got to feel good for him. He's against the Wolves.
Well, it's hard to stay on the floor when you're making no shots, and especially without Steph Curry, you need to find guys who can make some.
Warriors had a hard-fought opening round series win against Houston. Houston was the 2 seed. Warriors went 7 with it. Moody ducks his head and goes
On at the quarter, and now it's already been cut to 14.
15. Led by 21 going into this fourth. Here's McDaniel, stops on a dime, and Butler secures. Here come the Warriors. On a run here with this group on the floor. Pajemski gets to his left hand and off the back.
Seconds of the fourth quarter.
Minnesota had 2 excellent closing quarters, the second and the third, and a miss on the other end. So Golden State playing for their playoff lives, trying to get this back to San Francisco for a Game 6 on Sunday. The 3 days off between Games 5 and 6. And will Curry be able to return if they can get there?
On Anthony Edwards, a good look by Pajemski, and Quentin Post just didn't handle the pass.
Edwards and Gobert, and now trapped, and that's going to be a foul.
Out at midcourt.
Now Edwards gets into the paint. Edwards able to lay it in. Minnesota needed that one. Pajemski right back on the attack. Post. And he throws it away. No, Jimmy Butler there to save him. Butler kicks it to Pajemski. Driving on Gobert. Inside, outside game. Post can't hit. Santos keeps it alive.
Say, Guy Santos is a relentless effort player.
Good to get those guys some airtime.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen. No anonymity for those guys.
7.5 to go in regulation here. Warriors on a flurry. Start this fourth quarter as Randall just goes to work, backs down Santos, and that's going to be an offensive ball. Is 12. They had led by 25. And now Moses Moody springs free, and he hits a three-pointer.
Steve again coming out of that timeout. Outstanding execution.
Single-digit lead for Minnesota now. Just as it looked like Golden State was down. Now Anthony Edwards. Podziemski going right back at him.
And we showed you the difference between the first half and the second half with Anthony Edwards, and he's already got 13 in the second half tonight. Another Warriors turnover, and it's...
Randall's got 23, Edwards with 19. And Kuminga takes it away from Edwards.
It's Edwards' 6th turnover on the night.
Moses Moody drives, McDaniels turns him back. Podziemski will try his hand, got that quick release, and he scores with a left hand. Got to a stroke. With 23 now for Golden State. Moody guarding Edwards. And Edwards turns it over again. Moody gets to the basket and
Bob McAdoo in Miami. That is a key
at 1 and 3.
Las Vegas at the Liberty. My daughter and her fiance are Liberty season ticket holders.
That'll be a fun time in Brooklyn. Here is DiVincenzo, air ball. McDaniel saves it. Edwards fires, and back iron gets a long rebound, a third chance. Edwards, no!
But they can't just get over the hump and put the Warriors away, mainly because they're not taking care of the ball. 20 turnovers or more for the 3rd straight game.
Randall backing down Butler. Fires it to Gobert. Gobert inside, no good, but a foul.
But he's got 15 right now going into this free throw. He's still got, here's the Gobert thing. He's now in the 2 points. In the other 8 playoff games, he's averaging 5.6.
Warriors turn it over. Podziemski trying to get it back to Green. Here's DiVincenzo. Gobert lays it in. They give it away. Minnesota with the lead, up 13. Podziemski, excellent 25. His best game.
Did was get Rudy Gobert off the floor.
Yeah, Chris Finch, he's going to wait till that 2-minute mark, you would think, to bring him back in. And so Minnesota trying to add to their lead. Randall goes to the basket. 13. Podziemski drives. Podziemski with no Gobert. That's put back by Butler. Big putback. Under 4 minutes to go. Minnesota up 3-1 in this series. Chance to send Golden State home, and McDaniel. Anthony Edwards, 10 assists for Edwards. McDaniel's the high flyer on the receiving end.
That is a new career playoff high in assists for Anthony Edwards.
Podziemski, bounce pass to Draymond Green, no good. There's Edwards. Randall running the floor. Randall puts it in. Butler moving fast, got to get shots up. Butler is fouled.
Great look and a great pass
from here at target center.
You close out games by defending, not afford to make the mistakes they've been making here.
1 out of 2. McDaniels hits them both. The lead is back to 15, which is where it was at the half. Podziemski races down the floor. Kuminga for 3, no good. Moody, offensive rebound. And McDaniels is there for another steal. Gives it right back to him. He was falling out of bounds. Kuminga with a dunk.
It would have been about a back-minute game. You want to win consistently at the highest levels, you got to play it for 48 minutes. Not for 45, but for 48.
Plenty of examples prove that point as Randall drives to the basket, lays it in. Podziemski gets to the paint. He is fouled.
Kenny Butler, they needed everything.
Free throw. 2 out of 5 from the line. Podziemski's got a playoff career high 28. We're approaching the 2-minute mark. Minnesota leads it by 13. Trying to punch their ticket to the Western Conference Finals for the 2nd consecutive season. Steady by Conley, gives it up. Here's Edwards now. Edwards drives and is fouled. We're looking forward to that.
Led by you, and I can't wait to see you on the coverage of your first tennis major.
Led is, that's probably not the right word. I'll be there. I'll be there reading the promos. There's the block. Podziemski with Conley on him. Clock ticks. Jimmy Butler wide open for 3. Short. Season. Moody stuck in the corner. Moody drives. DiVincenzo. In game one, after the Warriors traveled for two. It's going to be as steady as it gets at the line. His first free throw.
Night of the playoffs in their first chance to close out at home in 21 years.
Key three-pointers for Conley tonight. He made 4 of them.
Seems like Mike was playing in the league the last time the Wolves closed out a game.
Almost, as Kuminga hits a three-pointer. Ball control for Minnesota. They're starting to feel it here at Target Center. They're waving goodbye to the Golden State Warriors. Minnesota is formidable. Since March 1st, they've been one of the best teams in the NBA. And now they're going to have a day with either Oklahoma City.
Best, and
Well, it's been an honor to sit by you, Coach. And a lot of those familiar faces and voices that you've seen through the years on TNT will be continuing on with the NBA, including our inside guys. But yeah, it's the end of the ready for the victory lap. And the Timberwolves are going to advance to their second consecutive conference finals. It'll be their 6th, 4 in the last 2 years. And what a series that is going to be. That's a ball game. Minnesota.